Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence report. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity.
There's that.
Morning, guys.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
At some point, I'd like to go down and get you to meet up with Maverick, Jalen at Mavericks, because they possibly might want that room right there. So we'll go down, I'll introduce you guys, and then we can try to get him to come up and get his owner to come up. Jalen's just marketing. We get you to
get the marketing first.
Right. Oh, damn it. Yeah.
Good, huh?
They ain't bad. I didn't get to grab anything this morning before I left. God damn it. Fucking make a mess.
Hey, Catherine, the calendar yesterday that I input for the event, did everything go smoothly?
Yeah, you did it absolutely perft.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
It was very, very helpful.
All right, we're already into that in a minute. So, had an amazing day yesterday. Learned a lot about stuff in the what's called the commercial or the institutional level of capital raising. It was a pretty good lesson in the difference between retail capital raising and like institutional capital raising. There's a significant difference, and Catherine and I talked about that difference this morning in the fact that there's a significant amount of people who do not engage on an emotional level in the institutional space, right? In the institutional space, they're looking at the numbers and the stats, like they want to know the metrics. Got to know your numbers. Numbers tell you what to do. This is something Catherine's been preaching forever, but what she does is when she preaches it, she kind of like a preacher in that she gets people to emotionally connect to that, to those numbers. So, but when we tried to understand the ecosystem yesterday, it's basically one expert in front of another verifying and validating what they read was the God's honest truth. So that's what they're after, is the God's honest truth, because the room's full of liars. The room actually is full of liars, villains, and thieves, because at the end of the day, we all have the propensity to be that. So since we have the propensity to be it, it takes a conscious effort to not be it. And that's what the point to this whole damn event was that they're trying, it's called due diligence conference, basically saying, we're going to call you on your shit. So what are we doing?
Got it.
All right. I get all confused when you're moving around. I don't know what to do.
Everybody can see you. So everybody's watching you here.
So anyway, I don't think we want to spotlight it. It gets funky dunky when we do that. So want to talk about what happened yesterday? I know you're still playing tech, so let me know.
Yeah, we can talk about the difference between retail and institutional capital. So here's what's interesting. So I've been raising retail capital for easily a good 15 years and raised millions and millions and millions of dollars doing the retail investing, because everybody's told me that was in that space, don't do institutional, it's too hard, it's too complicated, blah, blah, blah. And what's interesting is I found retail to be really hard. So retail raising capital is all about the story. Institutional is all about the facts. So it's interesting. My whole thing is do the numbers tell you what to do. And it turns out that had I actually just gone into the institutional world, I probably would have found it way easier and way less stressful than having to have the brain damage of having to tell the story. So which is really interesting. And looking at the motivation of the people that were telling me to not do institutional and only do retail. So the motivation of the people telling me to do retail and not institutional, they had very selfish motives, AKA buy my course and don't do the other thing. And it turns out that institutional capital, if you do the numbers tell you what to do, it's actually far easier to put the band together. And there's the who's that know how to do all the things. So yesterday, I very honestly told, when we were having conversations like, this is my first time here, I've never raised institutional capital. what are the steps? What do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? Like, pretend I'm a fifth grader who has no idea what the hell any of this is. And so what I found out is what I've done is like the hardest way and raise, hundreds of millions of dollars doing it the hard way. What if I actually did it the easier way? How much could we actually accomplish? So that part was really interesting. Again, what are the motivations behind what is somebody telling you, right? And people are always tuned into WIIFM. What's in it for me? So these people that all these years, decades have been telling me, don't do institutional, just do retail. It was all selfish motivations of them wanting me to like either pay for their course, build up their own personal portfolios, tap into my networks, whatever it is. When in reality, it would have been way smarter for me because I think my brain works better in the institutional space than it does the retail space, which is interesting because I just had an epiphany right now, which is why my mouth stopped. Here's the epiphany that I had. So Laura and I can probably write a list of the network marketing companies we haven't been a part of because we've been a part of like hundreds of them because I love the model. I think the model is brilliant. And I did each one of them because I wanted to learn their system. Like I really wanted to learn that. And here's the thing that I learned about what works and what doesn't work with network marketing. There was one company I ended up getting in with. Within 6 months, I went from zero to millionaire in 6 months. I like collapsed timelines and added comms very fast. And here's why. Because they had a very, very clear system and marketing, and I didn't have to be a part of the NFL club. No friends left. Because if anybody's been a part of any network marketing company, they're always like, oh, your friends and family. You do not build a freaking business with your friends and family.
Amen.
You build a business having a very clear system and structure, marketing, going out, get in front of the right people, and it's not your friends and family. So every network marketing company that, preached the NFL club, I was like, I'm out because it wasn't a system. And what I see is that what I've been going through is raising capital. Retail is kind of like that. Now I've created my own system to be able to market and get in front of the right retail people and do all of that, which has been awesome. But I've had to create that. Where on the institutional side, they have the broker dealers, they have the actual companies that have all the connections, and they have the full sales teams that go out in front, get it in front of the RIAs, the family offices, all the institutional capital, which is how it should have done, which is the same of when I was in that network marketing company, why I crushed it, because they had all those connections to make all those things happen. So it's been a talk about building some neuron pathways. Blake, we were talking yesterday about like, I'm still in school learning. Like yesterday was full on college level learning, like, oh my word. And definitely feeling like a teeny tiny fish in a giant ocean of whales. So anyway, it's been a whole lot of mental gymnastics and lots of conversations of learning about all of it and not knowing what to ask. So here's the other piece. Last night, Tommy and I went to dinner, debriefed the whole thing, and used ChatGPT. So they had a map of the whole thing, and Tommy put it into ChatGPT and said, hey, here's what we're doing. Who do we need to talk to in this space? And it literally broke down everybody that we need to talk to, but not only who, but literally what we need to talk to them about, and then started creating scripts and questions we need to ask and not ask, and gave us like red flags. If they're saying this is a red flag. If they're saying this is a green light. So it was using ChatGPT to ask the questions. I don't know what to ask because I'm so new to this space that like, I'm like, I don't know what to ask. But ChatGPT is helping me craft those conversations so that I can get myself educated and up to speed as fast as possible. But here's the other piece, SRA, same rules apply. If I've been doing this with retail and literally raise hundreds of millions of dollars of retail, what could I do with the who's that know how with institutional? Oh my word. This is the ultimate who, not how conference for what it is we're out to build. And you guys, we're building a band here. If y'all haven't heard, We're building a band, not a brand. That means all of you get to be a part of this, which I'm so freaking excited about, because again, when go alone, you can go fast, but go together and you can go farther. And so that's the thing I'm the most interested in. I really am committed to like make America wealthy again, and every family have 7 streams of passive income. And then passive income 8, 9, 10 through 40, those go make a difference in the world. That's what we're here for. So we want people who want to be in the band and make that difference with us. And I'm seeing like what we're doing with the institutional capital. Oh my gosh, we totally can do this. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, okay. Just a little bit excited. So yeah, lots of words for what just happened yesterday. So I just want to quickly hear in my rambling, what did anybody hear for themselves inside of what I just shared about my journey and my going to school? If it's nothing, that's fine.
I think that,
Oh, sorry.
oh, go for it, Casey.
What I've heard is you never stop learning. When you stop being a student, that's when you stop growing.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was going to lean into that as well, because I feel like a lot of people, especially since Blake and I are in college, a lot of people assume like, okay, we're done learning in college, and then boom, we stick to one path and one plan. But the more you learn and the more you connect with people, the more you elevate yourself while elevating others, and it's really awesome to hear.
Yeah, it doesn't end. You guys are at the beginning, but it
Yeah.
never ends.
Well, and the other part of it is too, is that when you do go into a new territory, sometimes you got to forget the game you used to play, right? You got to, in order to learn a new position. Like I was an ER nurse, and I went from being an ER nurse over to being a hospice nurse. And let me tell you, there was a whole different way of thinking. Even though I knew how to wipe booties and do CPR and all that stuff, that it didn't matter. The mindset of an ER nurse is a lot different than the mindset of a hospice nurse. The mindset of a hospice nurse is dealing with death and decay on a daily basis. And in an ER situation, it's dealing with adrenaline, and it's 2 different things. I couldn't deal with the depressive hormones that came from being a hospice nurse. I did it for 45 days and quit. I went back to the ER because I'm an adrenaline junkie. I knew that. So, and that came from doing multiple shifts in different areas as well, and enjoying what I call being of service. So when we do I see somebody, Casey did the survey. Hopefully you took your results, emailed those results over to me over at Tommy@TitanImpactGroup.com. I'll be able to run those through my REI virtual executive board, and we'll come up with a good business plan based on the answers and results that you provided. And then we'll be able to come back with you to provide you with a personal 30, 60, 90-day plan on how you should proceed into real estate investing based on your own answers. Nothing that we are suggesting or advising, because we're not advisors in that way. So another question I seen was the dates on the conference. We're leaning into November, December. We had conversations yesterday with people out there at the FactRate conference. We're hoping to get them as a sponsor. We've got other sponsors that we're going to be talking to over there as well. And get that there.
And we should have more from the hotels later on in our meeting later today.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we will want to look at other options. I think the Marriott's just being very.
Yeah. We have some other hotels that we talked to. So
yeah, so they're standing on their ground real hard. I'm okay with that. It won't be the first time that I've had to deal with hotels. But yeah, we'll get a date as soon as we get a hotel picked, and then we'll run forward with all the things. But the 2 points that I need to focus on today, we've got Katya and I are trying to wrap up this LOI for our project down there in Tempe, and then so we wanted to kind of deep dive that, look at that real quick.
Catherine and Tommy, I sent you guys both an email that have several documents, including the LOI, if you want to open it that way, or I can share my screen.
Share the screen. Catherine, it would require Catherine to do technical work, and we want to avoid that today.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, and Katya, I want to give you the muscle memory inside of this.
Okay.
So yeah, share your screen.
Okay, give me one moment.
So for everybody who hasn't completed their investor survey, here's the other piece, you guys. Like, God, how much easier would it have been have I had an investor survey and learned that I'd be better at institutional capital than retail?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's a whole other like epiphany. Okay.
Okay, so This
And
is-
I also, just a side note, created this. If you can you guys see it or no? No, you
Yeah.
can't see it.
I'm looking at a,
Give me 1 second. Hold on.
it's code for it. It ain't working the way I want it to. Amore, let's get Katya up to speed and then I'll jump to Amore real quick. Amore, we talked about the projects in Chicago. Did you guys talk more about where they need the areas?
Yeah, I have the zip codes and stuff like that. And then like there's an immediate for Michigan, actually. There's
Okay.
they're like ASAP if we could talk about those.
All right. So yeah, let's do that right at 9:30. We'll or sooner. We'll jump into that as soon as we get done with this. So let's what you
So I
guys want?
also created this to create a clear phase structure so that the
Right.
seller, the seller is not confused and he knows exactly what we're talking about.
Right.
So that's something to look at. But now I'm gonna hop onto the LOI.
This is brilliant. I would just send them that.
That's it?
And
Okay,
now,
wait.
let's pull that up. Let's take a look at that.
Okay, boom.
So boom, we got the option A, 12 million, 0 down, 12 million financing, 5% annually, 50,000 term, 24 months, closing 75 days. That can't be any more clearer than that.
Okay.
Part B is a 12 million, 4 million, 8 million, 0.5 annual proposed, 24 month, 600,000 earnest money, accrued and paid at maturity, 8 million accrued at plus accrued interest, and then the 6 to 9 month close time. I like that.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Now option C has a lot of writing.
I would change close time to due diligence and close time.
So
right?
6-month due diligence.
DD and close time, due diligence and close time.
Okay.
Because again, I don't care if it takes us 3 weeks. If I need 9 months to close on the deal, that's what I want, right? Like I can negotiate time. Like we had that conversation with somebody yesterday. They're like, well, it's only going to take you like 5 minutes and like 3 push-ups with, to get through entitlements. And it's like, bro, like it's irritating when people consider what I can do quick to be valueless. So anyway, here we go. On option C, this is the one that's like real tricky. This is the monopoly play, right? So 12 million, 4 million down, seller rolls over into 8 million of project equity. It says into project entity, make it project equity. Yeah, I'm not putting him on the entity.
Sorry about that.
Well, you know what? Damn it. My brain just went, we can make him a GP,
A what?
a general partner.
General
That's a
partner.
better-
So I'd like you to explain to people why this is a benefit to us, because this is genius, this move.
So put in there seller rollover into project equity and put after the word equity, put the in parentheses GP position. And the reason why I'm offering them GP position, that is what they call the general partner. They own equity. They own the equity on all levels. They own the equity on this and they own the limited partner equity too. They just sell it to the limited partner, right? They manage the fund. So we can make them a GP position.
Okay.
Earnest money shall be non-refundable upon completion of the feasibility period and shall be applicable toward the purchase price. Shall roll over for 24 months. Like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Good. 7% annual return. Preferred buyer will redeem 24 months, includes principal and accrued preferred return. Seller eligible for additional participation above preferred return, 10% bonus on 8,000 if exited early, and put in quotation or the parentheses there, based on the integrity of the seller's documentation of previous
what?
closing,
Okay.
or actually change closing the contract because it didn't close.
Okay.
Strategy, annexation plus rezoning for multifamily development, interim income generating use, including truck parking, position for multifamily development style, position for multifamily development, exit to developer, multifamily exit to developer, 6 to 9 months, and then put opportunity zone developer, capitalize the OZ, and then entitlement, clarity, and documentation relevant, reliance is annexation, rezoning, yeah, target approval of proximity, approximately 6 core units per acre, submission and review of preliminary site plans, conceptual development. Okay, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Receipt of all requested due diligence materials or any that need to be created in order to, achieve full feasibility of proposed
Okay.
multifamily development by sellers representatives. I'm going to see if, go ahead and go down. Seller economics comparison. I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
So it's
Yeah.
this difference versus that.
Yep.
Simple
Exactly.
terms.
Exactly.
And then done.
Done. Now, the part I'm not seeing is where we are able to explain stability in step 1 and step 2, phase 1, phase 2 of stability.
Phase 1 and phase 2 of stability
So I would just put that
is
in there
right here.
somewhere.
Stabilization is anticipated to occur in 2 phases, including interim income generation through truck parking operations and entitlement, annexation, and development. And then
Highlight, underline, italicize, quotation, like make that pop off the page and poke them in the eyeball.
this right here. Okay.
Put
Is
some
And then-
neon signs around it.
Okay.
And literally like go up and hit the highlighter button, highlight it in yellow too.
I can also go like highlight.
All of it. Do all the things.
I need to pick a blue. Hold on. I need to pick a blue one to match the page. I have to go back. Okay.
That works.
And then to align with that, I have that other PDF that shows the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and then the exit for the
I
client.
like that. Yep, those
Seller.
two work really well. Those two work really well.
I wouldn't
Then that-
I wouldn't use that color highlighting.
I need to
Go
go
down.
back. I'll change it afterwards. I'll do something super light.
yeah,
Go
because
with the light blue. Do the really light blue. Like
Yeah,
the
that's a little better. It hit it.
Highlighter
The
blue.
other one hit it.
do the high like that neon blue.
This
Like,
one?
Yep.
Tommy. Oh my gosh.
want
It's
it
not
poking them in the eyeball.
aesthetic.
Pokes them right in the eyeball. Ugh.
Okay.
I want them to turn their head away and have to be forced to read it.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I like that. I like that.
Cool.
Fantastic.
And then do you want everything that was in that Titan 23 package? Is that all the information that you want to send them, or do you want to send them the separate data center deal?
The one that was just a separate data center deal. The one that's the PowerPoint. You have that PowerPoint on you right there? Pull that up and look at it real quick.
Yes. Give me 1 second.
Are you talking about the one we just used at the conference?
Yeah.
I can give her.
I already got it. She's already got it. I'm pretty sure.
Can you guys see when I open it?
No, we're just seeing your email.
Just your email.
How weird. I don't know why it does that.
Well, because it only lets you share a window versus your full desktop.
Share on share.
Sorry,
Share
guys.
and share again to it.
It's all good.
It'll pop up.
Share. And then I click entire screen.
So Casey is asking, how would this deal be funded? Great question.
Great question. So let's look at this one.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the $50 million fund for Titan 23. This is what we're going to send them so they can get a look at it. And this will answer Casey's question as well. So if you'll scroll through it, right here it says this is a 506C Reg D private placement. Okay, and a private placement, what that means is there's a contractual document where we're approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission and the organization known as FINRA. Okay, and those two companies, scroll down to the next one, Katya. All that information is right there. And so what that means is that what we represent is that the income of this property is going to pay back investors the money they invested. Keep going down. We'll show how that works. Right here in the opportunity in 3 dimensions, basically we're acquiring this 34-acre facility with 83,000 square feet of infrastructure on it, currently cash flowing from the person paying us a lease, about $450,000 a year. And then what we've done is we've financed the purchase of this property for $5 million. We're buying the property to then increase the power to 50 megawatts using a 0.042 kilowatt per hour contractual price. We're buying the power at 0.042. This creates a $20 million per year structural NOI advantage against the market spots, bypassing the other companies that are trying to get started. They're going to take 3 to 7 years to come out of the ground. We're ready right now. By raising the $50 million, we're able to appreciate that money and pay back our investors a targeted price of 22% IRR. Go look that up after we talk. A 2.2%, a 2.2x multiplier, and actually give our investors up to 80% depreciation on their full depreciation on this because of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. We learned this yesterday. It provides us with actually more than 80, probably closer to 100. But I like to give bonuses by under promising. So the macro disconnect. So AI demand versus grid reality. So basically, any power-ready industrial land near fiber corridors is functionally sold out. There's no more available. Like they're all gone. So now, to create a new data center project area, it takes 3 to 7 years to get into the queue to get in on the grid. So the vacancy rate right now is less than 2%. Hyperscalers like Google, Microsoft, CoreWeave, and all those are doing $100 million to $500 million deals for campuses similar to what we have in Virginia right now. And then the capital that is being deployed by these guys is close to $400 billion with a B.
Wow.
Right. So go ahead and jump forward. So if you got $400 billion of money and you have nowhere to spend it, right, that's a good problem for we. The infrastructure. This is the 0.42 kilowatt hour price. Right. Here's how this works out. What we sell it for is almost 18 cents per kilowatt. So do the math. What's the difference, right? 4 cents to 18 cents is 16-cent difference, 15-cent difference. Even at the low end, it's 5 cents, right? So it's still a 500% markup to almost a 1,500% markup. And you're like, well, Tommy, you're talking in cents. You're right, because what we do is we buy it by the kilowatt and use it by the megawatt. If you need to go get a calculator, figure out what that looks like. Basically, we'll raise the income of this property to $150,000 a month, because currently it's paying somewhere around $50,000 a month, right? And we're going to very quickly get it from $50,000 a month to $150,000 a month, and then from $150 to $3 million. And we're going to do that by doing this 13-cent. We're doing this arbitrage right here. The outcome is $21 million a year structural NOI versus the competitors with a full 50 megawatt. So we've got a pretty decent kilowatt arbitrage spread. It's actually supposed to be 13 cents, not.
Yeah, I need to fix that.
Yeah. So that's okay. We already printed it. They'll figure it out. They'll be like, wait. And here's the thing. They'll be like, wait, that doesn't make, the math ain't mathing. So they'll call us out on it. We'll be like, oh yeah, just take the zero out. Move everything over. And they go, oh yeah, printer error. Right? It's a conversation piece.
Printer error.
Anyway, right? We didn't Laura Miller the damn thing. That's the problem. Anyway, this is the base campus. This is what it looks like. We've got expansion plans for the 23 acres in the back. If you want, Katya's got the screen. So scroll to the next one. I'll show you the actual building. The actual building is this one right here, this box right in the front, and everything else is conceptual. We kind of built out around it so that we could, give the visual of what we're doing there. The power node up here in the front is actual, but I'm showing in the construction pictures that we're going to blow out that power node, because right now the power node has 50 megawatt running to it, but it doesn't run to the building, and that's what we need to expand on. And
So
then
that big building in the back, that's that 300,000 square feet.
no, that's
in the
two.
corner?
That's 200, and then those are 50s,
Oh, got
50
it.
50 right there.
Okay.
Right. So you got a 200,000 square foot block building in the back, and then two 50,000 square foot buildings there. We've got our water retention there, all that stuff. So good example of what we're able to do. Keep going. The 5 independent streams at stabilization means that what we're going to end up with at 6 years is probably about a gross revenue of 93 million, or otherwise known as 64 million NOI, because we got about a 30% usage overhead. So, but this starts day one at 540,000, and in 6 years we'll be at 64 million. So next screen. And that's because of what it is that we're doing out there. We're taking the 5 megawatts and upgrading the facility with it. Then it'll come into where we get 25 megawatt. And what we're going to be doing is constructing the forge. That's the redundancy scale, where we'll be at 50 megawatt in phase 3. And we'll be able to do hyperscale and get into those bigger projects with Microsoft and stuff like that. We'll be moving clients out from phase 2 to phase 3. We're going to move out our crypto clients to other buildings. We'll have campus stability in 12 months, and at 36 months, it'll be our reinvest milestone, because we can actually go and get the appraisal then at that point at year 3 for about probably close to $500 million. Because I'll show you on the next slide how it becomes at that point. It'll be worth almost 1.2 billion based on how we're going to structure everything out. This Titan 23 is how we're going to do it. We're going to raise the 50 million through the 506. And again, this is where the institutional investor comes from. Who's an institutional investor, you're asking? Institutional investor is the guy that manages the Elkhorn School District Retirement Fund. Okay. Institutional investor is the girl that manages the Pasco County Fire Department and retirement fund. Are you tracking what I'm saying? You hearing where I'm at? The retirement funds of all these schools and municipalities, they have to invest in things to make money to pay those retirement fees. The people that are on retirement collecting a check, they don't get that money from the people.
Wait, to pay people's pensions you were talking about?
Yeah, right. So to pay the pension, they invest money into stuff that's kicking back to them 20% IRR. Is how much you make on your pension out of school? Capped at 3%.
I don't know.
Usually it's capped at we'll match you at 3%. I ain't never seen anybody else matching beyond 3%. Right. And so you're allowed by law to invest into your own 401. And this is why they made it like, because this is what happened in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. They said now you can do this with your own IRA. You can self-direct every kind of IRA. It doesn't have to be a Roth anymore. You can do this with your 401k. You can self-direct any of your retirement funds because the retirement fund manager himself is making money off your money doing it. Right? He's investing into something with 20%, handing you, the guy, the retiree in the future, 3%. Where did the rest of the money go?
His fees.
Not only his fees, but our fees and their fees. And that's what we discovered yesterday is the ecosystem takes the majority of the returns and hands the actual investor like a dime
Wow.
out of that dollar. So, and again, they do this because that's the way everybody trusts each other. Is everybody gets paid, right? You pay to play. And the reason why I know this is because when we were at this event, let me finish this up real quick because we got to talk to freaking Amor. I'm 7 minutes late talking to Amor. She's gonna be mad at me. Keep going, Katya. Hurry up. Quit taking Amor's time. It's all your fault.
You should have more. Get ready.
No words.
This, Casey, this is how we raise the money. We tell these investors that if they buy in right now in round one, we're going to raise $15 million in what's called the round A raise or first round. That first round is $15 million. And we're going to give every investor that buys in, when they buy 1 unit, they're going to get 1.2. It's called a 20% bonus. And so when they buy 10 units and our units are $100,000 a piece, they're going to buy 12 instead of 10. And those units go toward the value of the property. So at the end, what we end up with, if we do 20% of 15 and 10% of 15, because in round 2 we give 10% bonus, and then in round 3 we don't give any bonus because we only need to raise another 20 million. What we're going to be able to do then is give them all a 10% preferred return, meaning that they're going to get paid 10% before we take any fee. And so then they'll feel better about that, right? That's how we win them over. We say, give us your money. We'll give you 10% before we take anything. But after that, the rest is ours, right? So scroll down a little bit more. Shows here how everybody gets laid out. It says our minimum investment is 50,000, and I'm okay with that. We'll do that for a minute, but it'll probably get bumped up. And then it's just got more details here about everything on that. The operator situation is that we have tenured experience with Coastal Crypto. Plus we have the buy-in from Titan Impact Group, which is the development entity. And then we have the anchor tenant, which is Coastal Crypto. And then Sandman Holdings is those two together. So that's what that is. Scroll down. So our team, we got Catherine Bell, and that's like all squishy. Yeah. Anyway, we've got all these wonderful people working on this stuff with us. And then scroll down.
Laura, look at that picture. Oh
Like
my
that?
goodness.
The AI.
So beautiful.
AI me. That's AI me. Thank you, Tommy. That's Tommy's creation.
That's Tommy Picasso. Go back up on the. I want to change this on here. It needs to say Sandman Holding Group. Sandman Holding LLC. You can't change it.
Laura, can you go into Canva and change that now?
Yeah.
And expand each of the names bars.
Yeah. Okay.
And change the 13 cents, please.
Where was the 13 cents? Sorry, it was back.
We'll deal with it later. Anyway, keep going.
Keep going. I'll find it.
Yep. Keep going, Katya.
It's a time show. We can't. So anyway.
Now, in this type of deal, do you have a target investor or is this like accredited, non-accredited? Does that
Only these
For
are
this type
this
of
is
fund?
only for accredited investors, and so our target client or our target investor, our avatar, is the registered investment advisor or the broker dealer that wants to invest minimum of $5 million into the deal. We're looking for $5 million checks on. I only want to deal with like 10 people. That's what we're focused on. This isn't somebody who's like going to set up a GoFundMe and get about 50,000 people to put $1 in it. It'd be great, but that is not how this one works. So over here, these are some of the concerns, risk mitigation and stuff, and we go through it. Construction and development delays are cut in half because of the fact that we have a 7% contingency on the reserve, meaning we can spend more to get it done faster. Cryptocurrency market volatility shows that there's all this hype about Bitcoin, and it's been here for 20 years. It has not stopped. I don't think people are going to stop mining Bitcoin or any other coin for that matter. I don't care what coin it is, as long as we're the ones they're paying to sit in there and do that.
We're the ones with the shovels.
Right. I'm selling the shovel. I'm not selling the Bitcoin. I don't care what it does. I'm selling the shovel. They can keep digging until the cows come home. Right. So, and then on the risk demand of AI softening, AI demand softening is bullshit. That's not the only way that's going to soften is when we take everything to outer space. When we put everything on the satellites, then the data centers are going to become dead. But when you looked at this project, only 1/3 of it was data center. The rest of it was actually shipping hub, right? And logistics. 300,000 square foot of it was logistics. 83,000 square foot of that, or 83,000 on top of that. So just say 400,000 total. It's barely a quarter. It's like 20% of the property is set up for AI, right? So scroll down. Secure your allocation in the AI super cycle, meaning this isn't going to go away. So this is what we're doing. The $15 million tranche right there showing and explaining. Go ahead and go to the next step right there. You can click on the audio or the website and watch more. I'll add some more stuff to the last page, but this is perfect to go to Dalen. We don't have to wait for editing to be done because we'll lose this deal if we wait. So go ahead and send that to Dalen.
Okay.
Let's talk to Amor. Amor sent me some stuff on a website and some info on the Investor Club. And we've talked about Investor Club in here a little bit. And from the research that I've done, any advertising about an Investor Club is illegal, from my understanding. So I want to be very careful because of the fact that we do have a tie to an SEC situation, that we structure the Investor Club in a way that it from what our SEC attorney told us, needs to look like a private entity that is only talked about in private. They don't even want us to put a website up. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, because you already have Titan Impact Group raising institutional capital, raising retail capital through an SEC fund, an SEC document called a private placement. And so if you advertise an Investor Club next door to a private placement, that draws attention fast. We could lose the institutional investors to satisfy the Investor Club situation. So they're very cautious about how we advertise what we're doing. And so when I explained that the Landshark Mastermind does this thing every day for 2 hours and we review deals, they said that's perfect. That's exactly how it needs to be set up, is that within the Landshark Mastermind, we have this private club that you have to pay to be a part of. And you have to, once you're part of it, then you have to pay to invest in it. And we basically would set up a meeting once a week or once a month, whatever demand allows for us to do. I think once a month would be fine. And we can have a private deal room where literally all we do, we don't talk about fuzzy bunnies and stuff like that. We literally just say, here's deal 1, here's deal 2, deal 3, deal 4, deal 5. And of these deals, which ones do we want to fund? Which ones are not worth it? Once we decide, let's say we're doing 3 out of the 5, those 3 then have, we decide, are we going to we pull all the money together and we say we've got, because we have to pick a dollar amount before we even pick property. If we have 10 investors, we say that we're going to do $100,000 for this club, this round in the club. This round in the club of 100,000 would require every person to put 10,000 in. Or we could have one person put 10,000, another person put put 50,000. But it doesn't matter how much you put in. What matters is like that you have a vote. So the guy that puts in 10,000, the guy that puts in 50,000, both have the same say so. There's no hierarchy of who put in what and how much. So what is different is that I get 1 unit and he gets 5 units, right? But he don't get 5 votes and I don't get 1 vote. We both get just 1 vote. So if we vote opposite of each other and that guy's majority, there's rules in there that I think say that he cannot back out because the vote, because he stood up to the vote. So if we vote to put more money towards something and he decided not to, whatever. Again, the rules to it go pretty extensive. And so I wanted to address that with you and make sure that we print out exactly like scenario after scenario and review it on scenario basis, on case study basis, maybe to get a very clear understanding of what that looks like so that we can do so without a lot of fear of getting Titan 23 in trouble with the SEC or FINRA or scaring off any of the institutional RIAs or broker dealers. So with that said, did you have those properties for Michigan? So, because I think the best thing for us to do is take a look at some properties because we would have to come up with a budget. We'd have to come up with a dollar amount we know we need to raise before we do any of the actual identifying of the property.
But couldn't we also do it like there are some that are just private money lending clubs, and then we just say, hey, we'll go up to 250 in a private money lending club, and then we bring the deals to the club.
Right. That's basically what we could do, and we could call it a private money lending club, or we could just call it the investor club within Landshark. My 7 streams.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's good. Yeah,
right.
Because then we can bring different types of things. Since it's like 7 streams, you could bring like data set, like you can bring different things to the club. Like we could bring different deals to the club to vote on.
Right. Exactly. And we could just call it a like by saying it's a passive stream of income club. My 7 streams is about passive income. Because of the fact that the way it's structured or set up, that we're not doing it in a capacity where we're advertising, soliciting, etc. We can raise it, but we would, again, so when we went and raised yesterday, we had to have this pitch deck about a data center for them to put money into. Whereas a fractional, they got to put money in and then decide on what they want to buy with it, right? So it's kind of the opposite of what we're doing currently at the institutional level and at the retail level. This says everybody's going to put their money in a bucket. We're going to carry that bucket over to a deal and put that bucket in the deal. And that bucket of money is going to go in that deal. And then when it comes back out, everybody's going to get paid their money back plus whatever we made off the deal based on what they put in, what percentage they own on the deal, right? So to that point, what I want to do is I want to take a look at what properties are available so at least we can get an idea of like, do we need to raise 250? Do we need to raise 500? Do we need, how do we want to do it? What do we want to do with it? Because the last thing I want to do is raise 250 and that not be enough to invest in something to bring return. And so the concern then would be we'd have to do another cap call and be like, okay, well, to get into this deal, we'd have to spend more money. 250 would be okay, I think. But when we look at these deals, I think we're going to need to be like closer to 500, maybe even $1 million. Because again, group house, you got to have at least 6 beds, right?
5 bedrooms, 2 or 3 baths.
None of those houses are under 500.
Yeah.
Not any we're moving into anyway. So we can jump into that real quick. We got about 10 minutes left. If you have a couple addresses, we can pull up Deal Hunter and run that.
Do we want her to run on hers or us to run on ours?
I like it doesn't, whatever we can get through in 10 minutes has to happen now. So
Amor, do you want to pull up yours or do you want to send me the addresses and we'll do it on ours?
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Tommy, while she's sending it, I forgot that he also requested proof of funds for the earnest money deposit. Do you want me to just reference him to the Titan 23 or present another type of document?
No, on the proof of funds, what we can do is we can send him Catherine's financial statement, her personal financial statement. And so if she's got that, she can send that over to you,
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
and then kind of go from there.
Sorry, my thing is not working right.
And so hopefully, Casey, that answered your question about how we would get Katya's deal funded. The $600,000 that Katya needs to do for the down payment on that will come from a private money lender or a hard money lender. There's $4 million we're looking to get. We'll probably get that from, again, another hard money lender or a private money lender, because I want to get a commercial loan on the property after that. And I can only do that. It's called a capital stack. So I can only do that commercial loan on it after I get the lease done. So do we have an address yet?
Sorry.
Katya, how'd you find that deal?
I used the Landshark ChatGPT, and I was just scrolling through several platforms, and I would look at a deal that looks exciting, and I'd put it in there, and I'd have it evaluate it with me. So I've probably done maybe 100 deals in the past month through the Landshark ChatGPT.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Katya's
proud.
boyfriend's been kind of mad at Deal Hunter.
He's like, who is this deal hunter? Why is he taking all your attention?
Oh my God.
I know
sent
when I went on the site, it has a thing where like you can submit a deal, but it's like no link to submit.
So you can actually, on the ChatGPT, you can actually copy the link.
Go ahead and do
For
it right
example,
there.
if you look at LoopNet.
Really quick.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry.
So you go
Okay.
into, you have to have the paid you have to have paid ChatGPT. And when you go into ChatGPT, it says explore GPTs. Laura, I need you to be ready to paste these in there. So explore GPTs, you go up, you search, you go to Deal Hunter by Landshark, and it'll pop up eventually right over here. This is how you know you have the right one. Deal Hunter by Landshark. It's got the shark logo, and then you hit start chat. And then from there, you start doing what Katya is saying, either the address, the documents, whatever she has. And that's how she started doing it. So that's a part of being a part of this mastermind, is that you have access to that. So Laura's going to put the link in the chat for you. So there's Deal Hunter, free estimates, and the most important one is the investor survey. And that literally cuts down 20 years of Catherine's brain damage to figure out what works best for you
All right,
as an
do me a
investor.
favor. It's
Okay,
popped
here
up
we
right
go.
there. Stop. It's right there. It says 5-bedroom homes Detroit. Right there.
Right here.
Yep. So and then scroll up, because it's the conversation that Amore had.
It's right now. It's doing the thinking thing.
I know it won't go up though.
It's
Oh, it's
all
stuck.
it is.
Yeah. Find some.
Yeah, it's moving weirdly slow. It was moving fine. I don't know what happened.
I know Claude and ChatGPT have done a few updates recently.
There we go. Go up.
Everyone swears by Claude.
Yeah,
Oh, here we
there's a
go.
bunch of different ones that are, again,
Okay.
it's all basing on how fast they're moving and stuff like that. So right here in the Oakland County, strong demand, higher price tier. In Troy, you get 500 to 700. In Rochester Hills, 500 to 750, 700. In Novi and Canton, you got them at 600 to 800. And then down in Macomb and Shelby Township, they're 400 to 600, right? So again, 500,000 is where we're going to dance.
This is where we'll have to, yeah.
Yeah. So
I have some wholesalers that are supposed to be sending me some seller finance options. So we'll see.
Go ahead and hit the transcribe. We're looking at finding a piece of property in any of these areas. Can you provide us with on-market, off-market deals so that we can look at how to create the co-living space necessary for our nonprofit organization? We want to find out how to structure it for the nonprofit so that they're able to make money and we're able to get a secured higher than market level rent payment. So give us rental comps for these houses that you pull as well.
So Casey, it's better to talk to it than it is to type, because you'll give
Okay.
it way more context.
So more the co-living space you're looking to do is like communals.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a nonprofit that's looking for, like, they're doing sober living and things like that. So they're going to have, like, I think 2 per room and all of that.
Okay, yeah, my friend has 7 sober houses in Baltimore.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So that's what they're looking for. And they're looking for Yeah, at least 5 bedrooms.
Yeah.
That's nice in Baltimore. That's a good area.
Yeah, and they're licensed. Like a lot of people doing it's not licensed. The money is
Yeah,
in
this
licensing.
these are licensed ones definitely because it's like they're getting government grants to do it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not the Leering Center, we're good.
What'd he say?
As long as it's not the Leering Center, we're good.
So Larry, so
So it's still thinking
I
hard.
know. I was like, it is moving so well.
And it looks like it's trying to.
Yeah, it went through Phoenix, it went through
I think
Fountain
it's.
Hills,
I think it's.
Michigan.
No, it's back in Michigan.
So
I
you
really
can see
can't
where
put
it's
up.
searching. If you're
Mm.
watching, it literally is telling you all the
Like it's
things it's
thinking.
searching.
What it's looking at.
I'm thinking.
Oh, by the way, Catherine, at 6 o'clock we got a dinner to go to. Michael put us on RSVP'd us for the dinner. So there's a text in there for you. Oh no, network connection lost.
Oh,
Down.
Oh goodness.
it's doing the little.
Hit the skip. 'Cause again, it's trying to think too hard. Now hit retry.
It's
So
just
just
not
go.
cooperating today.
How you doing, brother? Doing well, doing well. You guys hanging out for a little bit? I want to show you. I got a raw piece of land up north, 4+ acres with a lot of room.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I think. All right. So it shows deal one here. Those are 2 different houses on the picture, but whatever.
418.
Macomb County.
So
Macomb.
yeah, $150 a square foot. So entry level scale play. All right. And then you got this one here in Canton. Those are 2 different houses. I don't understand why it's doing
I
that.
don't know why it's not showing the right house. It looks like.
Right. I think it's just giving us scenarios.
Well, we asked it to skip too,
Yeah,
So
it did. Because
because we gotta go.
Anyway.
Okay, I know you
yeah,
guys. I can text you later, Tommy.
We definitely need to deep dive that a little bit more. But I think coming up with the fractional right now, we could definitely raise. Say we want to raise 500,000. We can always raise more, but we can't. I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think we could say we need to raise 500 and raise it, and then be like, oh, we found more money. We can start another one. So, but
Okay.
how soon do they want to get a house? And are they willing to? Now, this is the other side of it. Are they willing to send us a letter of commitment to work with us on finding them a house?
Yeah, I'll send you, like, they sent me examples of their contracts and leases that they do. So I'll send that over to you and we can talk about that.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we review it, run that through Deal Hunter,
Okay.
and tell it to find where their contracts might have any negative results for us.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'll work on that.
Wonderful. And so we'll see everybody tomorrow. I appreciate everyone coming in today and being a part of the show. We're going to send out, as a matter of fact, everybody write down this phone number, 480.
Oh yeah, so exciting.
Catherine had a wonderful conversation with it.
Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Okay. Oh, where's the chat? Okay.
I'm putting it in 480. What's the rest?
480-591-8887. So
Everybody call that number and have an awesome conversation with it.
Can we try to annoy it?
80-581.
480-591-8887. Is that what you said?
Okay. Thank you.
Give it again, Tommy. I just want to make sure I got it right. 480.
That's what I
480.
Yeah,
Yep, that's the correct number.
that's the right number.
I just verified. Yep,
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
the one I called. Hey, wonderful. Do you want to say a quick prayer for everybody?
Yep. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessing of this day and the blessing of the life that we have before us. And we really bask in the glory of having all the beautiful things that you provide us in this life. We ask that you continue to press us forward in all the things and give us the tools necessary to do your will. In your name we pray. Amen.
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 Okay.
Great rest of your day.